All right, guys. So, welcome to the team call. It is May 13th, and I think you all know I love to have a variety of guests on the call that I can interview. I love to have top leaders on sharing what really works for them. I like to feature some of our team members also and have them share what's working for them. And so tonight, as I was thinking about what I'd like to do for this call, I was thinking, and a couple people told me I should definitely bring this up, the great incentive going on right now that Isagenix is doing based on sip and samples. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I have a few people that are going to help me with the call tonight. So a couple announcements first. The first thing I want to do, and I want you guys to type this in the chat box, is for those of you that were on the call last week with PK, he really challenged us all to have 5 hours of enrolling conversations a week, consistently, week after week, whether we work full-time, part-time, if this is your full-time job, whatever it is, squeezing those 5 hours of enrolling conversations in. So I really want you guys to type in the chat box. This is our accountability. He told us to do this, and I definitely want to try to do this every week because I think it's so very important that we do it. Type in the chat box. Did you do it? Did you fall short? Are you committed to doing it this week if you fell short last week? How proud of yourself are you that you got it done last week? So please go ahead and type in the chat box and let us know. I'll let you know that I did. I have been doing a lot of these reach out calls with strangers. I allot about 15 minutes. I allot 30 for each call, but I try to make them 15 to 20 minutes. And every once in a while, I have people that I really get excited about and I connect with really well. And for those, I'll go a little bit longer. So today I had 2 postponements of calls. So I only had 2. Both of them were 30 minutes of calls. And then I did a 3-way Zoom. So 3 calls right there, an hour and a half. So when you're tracking this, it's really pretty cool how quickly 5 hours adds up. So I'm going to go back and I'm actually going to print the chat. So just so you guys know, if you're not doing Zoom meetings of your own, after the meetings are over, I get a folder that is sent to my computer. In it is this video. That's how I upload it to YouTube and share it with the whole team. And the chat is also in it. So it's really cool. When I have guest speakers, I can copy what you guys write. And I love sending that to the speakers to thank them for giving their time to us. So type in the chat box. I'm actually going to do a little drawing. So for everyone that completed their 5 hours, I'm going to be doing a drawing. So don't forget to type it in the chat box. All right. The next thing I want to do is I want to find out how many of you are already doing some type of sip and sample, sweat and sample, health and wellness event, lunch and learns, whatever you want to call it. Type that in the chat box. That you just say I already do it. I'm doing them. Done. However you want to word it. Just let me know that you already do them. I do them. There you go. I want to know that because what I'm hoping tonight's call will do for those of you that feel like I'm new, I don't have any other leaders in my area, I'm all alone, how could I ever do one of these? I want to inspire you guys that you can be brand new. You don't need to be a 6-figure income earner to have these events. So I really want to encourage you that anyone can do these events. And that's what I'm hoping you'll get out of our shares tonight. So what I'm going to do before I ask a few people to share is I'm going to share my screen because I want you guys to understand how simple it is to set up an event. And then I want you guys to understand the perks. Some of you have already been messaging me absolutely floored with what you're getting just for registering a legitimate sip and sample. So if any of you don't know what I'm talking about, when you log into your back office, I'm going to show you how to do this. You set up through Eventbrite a sip and sample, again, whatever you want to call it. You're going to get a survey email from Isagenix. It usually takes about 2 days, so don't panic if it doesn't come right away. I had a few people freaking out that it didn't come, and it does take a little bit of time. And then you click on the survey, you answer the questions. It asks you the details of your event, how many people you're expecting, all of that. And then once, and I'm not quite sure how this works. Once I think someone has to start registering for your event, which then triggers the email with 5 free enrollment codes, a $50 product coupon for you, and 2 celebration tickets. Guys, they're full price now. They're $199 a piece. That's $400 in tickets. So if you've already purchased your own celebration tickets, which I know many of you have, now you've got 2 more that maybe you can talk a team member that wasn't going to come into coming. Maybe you can figure out a way to, since you've already purchased some tickets, to terribly discount your tickets so people can come. Worst case scenario, you don't have someone to give them to, you're rather new, you can always sell them. Closer to the event, there's people always looking to buy tickets. So it is an absolute, it's such a generous promotion. I was messaging with John Rains today. I wanted to find out the details on how many tickets are left. And although he didn't tell me how many tickets are left, we're ending the nearing of the free celebration tickets. That's why the timing of this call tonight was very, very important. So if you haven't registered your events, I really want you to do this. I had a business training at my house last week, and what we did was we took time, we talked about this, and I think, Val, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we had 9 people. We had 7 that night, and I think 2 more after sign up to do an event, and a couple of them for their very first time signing up to do an event. They don't need to be events with 50 people, you guys. It could be 5 people in your living room. It could be at a coffee shop down the road. It doesn't matter. It's just getting people together for an event. All right, I'm going to share my screen, show you how easy this is. All right, you're just going to log into your back office, you guys. And I'll make this big once I get in there. And you're going to go under resources. Okay, hang on here. All right, now I'm not seeing it.
Cindy, you can also go to isagenixare.com.
All right, do you remember where it is in our back office too, though, Kelly?
I have done mine, isagenixare.com. I haven't actually done it from the back office.
All right, and the other thing that you guys can do is click on the link that I posted in ISA for Wealth. So I posted the link in there, so I'm going to do that. All right, Kelly, so that was
isagenixare.com.
There it is. All right, thank you for helping me.
You're welcome.
That was very kind of you, not letting me go on and on. So guys, and we'll post the link. Kelly, if you wouldn't mind, post the link in the chat as well. And then do know, guys, I did the link right in Isagenix, in our ISA for Wealth page. You can just click on it. And this is the screen you get when you click on the link I posted as well. And then you click on Create Event. For those of you that have never done this before, you're going to get your options here. This is called, the one you want to click on is Your Ideal Life Social. And then you're just going to click on Create an Event. So you see right here, I've got our HHP celebration party in Nashville. I've got that one already set up in Eventbrite. And then I set up my Ideal Life Social Tuesday, May 21st, my local one. So you'll click on Create Event here. Now, some of you have never done this before, so it's going to walk you through the process of setting up an Eventbrite account. It is super easy. So I can't show you that because I already have my Eventbrite set up, but you're just going to walk through that process. It just tells you exactly what you're going to do. You can set up your tickets to be free. You don't want to charge for tickets to this event. It will just ask you questions. It will ask you the date of your event, the time of your event, the location. If there's a picture, you can add a picture. So the one that I'm doing, I'm having at a winery. So I plugged in a picture of the front of the winery. That way, if someone's coming that maybe has never been there before, they know what to look for in the directions, but the address is in there. It is so user-friendly and easy. Even those of you that are brand spanking new have nothing to fear. It is very easy. I just got online. My son, I don't know if all of you are aware of this, but he is in Taiwan for a month, building his business out there with a couple of his team members. And one of his guys that lives in Taiwan was having some trouble. So I Zoomed with him and showed him how to do it. It's really not hard. If you have any trouble, reach out to your upline or me and we'll walk you through it. The other thing you should know is download the Eventbrite app on your cell phone, because that is so cool. I can go in here at any time and see how many people are registered for my events. So I always do updates once a week to share with our executives, and I tell them how many people are registered for our celebration party. And so I can go in here, click on this, and it tells me exactly how many people are registered. So super easy to set the events up, you guys, okay? And if you have questions, go ahead and type in the chat box and we'll make sure we get to them before we end the call tonight. All right. And I'm going to look at them I'm going to look at what you guys have been posting while I have a few people share. So what I'd like to do, number one, what I'd like to do is ask, what are some of the benefits of hosting these events? And guys, I've been doing these for 7 years consistently. And what is so shocking to me is I will coach people, and I do group coaching, one-on-ones. When we have our 90-day action plan groups, I'll get groups of people together, and people want my advice. How do I grow this? They'll say to me, Cindy, I really want to do this. I want to do this as a business. I want to do this full-time as a business. And I'll teach them, you know, what I do. I'll share with them how consistent I am with my parties. And there are people that still have never done them. And for whatever reason, they're afraid. And that's what I want to tackle tonight, you guys. If you are afraid for whatever reason, afraid maybe no one will show up, maybe you're afraid your house isn't big enough, or whatever, you may have a million different reasons why you're not hosting them. I really hope that we can alleviate your fears tonight, because they're so powerful. When you get people sharing testimonies of how these products have changed their lives, they're so powerful. And it's neat because, especially if you have a few other people around you to do them with, they can, your prospects can hear from someone other than you. Maybe they can hear from one of your clients, or if you have another team member that does Isagenix near you. Whether you're financially linked or not, it's fun to group up together and do these together. So I'm going to start, Kelly, if you don't mind. I see you front and center on my screen. I know you do these, and you have done these fairly consistently as well. So would you share, you know, why do you do them? And, you know, maybe just share how you do them and how are you able to get people to keep coming after all these years?
All right. Well, thank you for having me share. So my local team, we mostly do them at my house just because I have the craziest schedule. So, and sometimes I have Jace and Josh has meetings. So, you know, we've done them at other people's houses, but it's just like, some people have dogs, some people, it's just easier for everybody to come to me. So we do them at my house. We do them once or twice a month. It just depends. Like, we do not plan them far in advance. Like, we have already, like, on a Monday been like, all right, let's do one Thursday. Like, if we find out we have an incentive, let's do one Thursday night. And we do set up an event on Facebook, but personally message people to get them there. We keep it really simple. We sample just basics. Like right now we're just sampling shakes. You know, we do a very brief presentation. If we have a bunch of people there, everyone shares their stories, and, you know, it's really simple. Like if we have people that have no information, we might show a short video, but we really gear it towards whatever the group is that we have. We're very flexible. So, like, you know, if it's people that we've been talking to for a while, they've watched videos, we won't play them again. We'll just share our stories. You know, we always talk about, Katie Nestor is fabulous at drawing out U+2. She worked really hard like, you know, months ago, working it out. So she loves to draw that out and show people how I get paid. So, you know, we just make it really fun. It's very laid back, you know, and right now with this, incentive. Like, it's crazy. I'm messaging all of my new people, like, you got to do this. You got to have your own, because it's the perfect timing. I mean, it's crazy. Like, you got to get it done before they change their mind. That's what I keep feeling. Like,
Absolutely. And before they sell out of they've only allotted so many celebration tickets. So they're not doing this until celebration is sold out. They're doing it until their free tickets sell out. So when I messaged John, he said it's going to be this week. So that's why there's a sense of urgency to get these registered tonight. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Kelly.
you're welcome.
You know what else I'd love to share? I know, Sarah, you're driving. Are you able to unmute?
Yeah, I'm almost home actually, so
Okay.
we're good.
And I know you do a lot where you go to your people to do events. So can you share about that? Because I'm like Kelly, I host a lot myself, but I know you go wherever to do them. West Virginia, Ohio, all over.
Do go to my people, have the confidence, and hopefully they learn what I do so that they can replicate what I do eventually. I've been to West Virginia quite a few times. Part of my problem is that I live in the country, you know, kind of like you, and people don't want to come out here, but I say that. And then when I had Sweat and Sample here, it was probably my biggest turnout because I've gone to like Dover Park and those kind of things. And I know all last year, I just made it very intentional that I was having either a sip and sample, a sweat and sample, some kind of get together for somebody on my team every single week. And throughout the entire year, I never had my business going down. It was always going up. So just being intentional in getting those people, you know, even if you only have one guest, that's one person that you didn't have to talk to before. So it's been very, very good for me and for my team to learn. So
And
I enjoy doing that.
Another good point I'd like you to share, because I can think of a family off the top of my head you did this for, that the cost of the products was an issue for them. So you went to their house and they got all their family together and you ended up enrolling their whole family to help them save money, correct?
I did. So essentially once I did that, I figured out the best case scenario for the best product experience I could. We're able to, no?
Now you're kind of back a little bit. You were gone.
Okay. All right. I didn't want to try to, is it better now?
No. If maybe if you get in your house and you get a better connection, we can have you unmute again.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that. All right. I was hoping I had two people that are newer that were doing them. And I'm wondering, Molly, are you on? I know you were going to try to go home and try to unmute to help me. Molly Liggett, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yay. Awesome. There you are.
Hi.
Awesome. So you guys, why I want Molly to share is Molly is rather new. And, you know, a lot of people are afraid to do these events because they're new and they feel like they need to know absolutely everything in order to host an event like this. Or they need to, you know, go to an event like with someone like me who's been doing them over and over and over again. And Molly and Elena are both new. They planned an event without, I mean, they ended up having some people come to help and support them, but they did it all by themselves. So Molly, well, first of all, you guys, if you don't know this, Molly is our most current 100-pound club loser. So let's give it up for Molly. So excited for her. Molly, would you share, like, why did you guys decide to do your own event? Because you know you can plug into our events at any time, and you decided to do your own event, and I wasn't there, but I heard you guys did absolutely amazing. So would you share, were you scared? You know, tell people how you were feeling, since a lot of people can relate to you.
Thanks, Cindy. So yeah, I was definitely very nervous, and I have to say I give all the props to Elena, because I was so nervous that we would have nobody show up. I was like, oh my gosh, I what if nobody comes? So I was really worried, and Elena was like, it doesn't matter, let's just do it. So we just decided we were just going to go out on a limb. You know, we've watched you and Jackie and Val, and you guys have been such great examples, and we were like, okay, we can do this too. So we just decided, we ended up, Elena kind of had a connection with a friend who has a little winery, and we ended up having a really great turnout. And we got some enrollments, and it turned out to be a really good night. So yeah, we've done 2 now on our own, and it's been a blessing. And both times we've had, guests come and have had good turnout. So, but we've had great leaders to follow your example. So we appreciate that.
And Molly, just share with everybody that first one that you did, because I think, people probably have that same fear that you did, and it's legitimate that people won't show. And Val will tell you, we've had people not show. When we started doing this, we had a few where there was absolutely no one. And so we would pour a glass of wine and have a business meeting and strategize over what we were going to do. So we've had that happen to us, guys, and we just didn't take it personally. But share with everybody the results you had that very first event you did.
The very first event, let's see here. I know I sold 2 premium packs, and then we had a lot of follow-ups after that were happening all through the week. But there were 2 for sure, just signed up that night. So that was great. But yeah, we didn't have that much in it by the time that we kind of split up the cost and everything of the wine. And, it ended up being a really good night. So.
But didn't I remember that being a 5-cycle week? You got a 5-cycle bonus. You ended up with, didn't you have 5 enrollments after that week?
Yes. Yeah, I kind of had a crazy week. I hit my 100 pounds. I hit my 100 pounds, and I made a post, and I was really excited about the sip and sample. And I tried to get, Elena and I tried to get as many people there as we could. And yeah, I ended up having so many follow-ups and so much interest. And yeah, I did hit the 5-cycle that week, and that was really exciting. So.
And one more question, because I think most people will relate to you being newer. How did it help your confidence level doing it, getting up and talking and sharing? How has it helped you with your whole confidence level and posture?
It definitely made me feel a lot better. The first one, I was like, I've talked a few times at the ones that you've had, telling my story and whatnot, but right before I was getting ready to talk for Elena and I's on our own, I all of a sudden got sweaty pits and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm hot. I'm feeling flushed. I was feeling really nervous, but I just, swallowed it and was like, okay, I can do this. And once I started talking, it just felt really good. And once I was done, I was like, okay, I did good. I felt really good about it. Elena did amazing. She does a great job talking about our products and everything. And she actually did the they share the last time around and did awesome with that too. So it definitely helped me feel more confident and just be more, the second time that we were doing it, I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. I had no reservation about doing it. I was ready to go for the next time. So, and we're setting up more events now too. So I definitely feel more confident, and I'm I don't care if anybody shows up or not. I'm going to do them. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Molly. I'm sorry for all the questions, but I think, like I said, people, they know I've been doing them forever, but to hear that newer people are doing them and the nerves and the normal feelings that people have doing events like that, I think it's great to share. So thank you.
Thanks,
all right,
Cindy.
Val, I know you're on. Are you able to unmute? I know you're in a car as well.
I am. No, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I keep getting booted off, so I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. So you've been doing them with me and without me for years. So what are your 2 cents about the importance of these events and how have they helped your team?
Well, they're so important. And I think the biggest thing that I see, it just keeps the momentum going. So, when we first started 7 years ago, we religiously had them almost every week, and we were filling living rooms. And so even though we talked about sometimes people didn't show up, many times they did. And so we were able to have a date that night when our next meeting was, so those people that were excited could then in turn bring people to the next one. So I think that's maybe not yours, but in your area that you can take people to. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned, as I've seen the progression over the years, is I used to feel like we had to have everything perfect, and we had to have this beautiful agenda all outlined out. I've learned that a more relaxed atmosphere is really key, because it makes your guests feel relaxed. And, I love the intimacy of it. And I think your guests then are more open to asking questions when they don't feel pressure about this formalized meeting. So the one thing that makes me, I think back to, though, and it's so funny, because one of the things I said when I wanted in the beginning, when I wanted to make people feel relaxed, I'd be like, you don't have to bring your checkbook. Don't get your checkbook out. And Cindy would be like, stop saying that. So anyways, but
and in the beginning, both of us talked so much. I mean, it was ridiculous. We were spewing all of our ashwagandha knowledge, and honestly, people didn't need or want to hear that. And so we've gotten, you get smarter as you go along, for sure. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I want to ask a couple more people that do them. And then I want any more of you, like some of you that have already shared, if like Kelly, if you're hearing everyone speak and you're like, oh, I want to add this, please unmute at the end here and add, because again, my goal in this call is that I want you all to feel like you can do this. Bree, I saw your question. You can do events together, but only one person gets the credit. So us locally, like what I told my team locally, we love to do, I've got a great local team. And so we love to do our events together, and we will have big events. But what this has really encouraged us to do is what Molly and Elena had already started doing, kind of breaking off and having smaller ones, because then everyone gets the credit. And the bottom line is, I would love to see our team get 100 free celebration tickets. That's 100 more people that we'll have at celebration. So, don't feel like, and you can still invite your whole team, but one person gets the credit. So I'm the one that I'm doing at the winery. Everyone's going to come and be invited. I'll be the only one that gets the credit for that one, but they're all doing theirs, and we're going to support each other's to, the best that we can, and invite people to them. So I hope that helps, Bree. Awesome. All right, Susan, are you there? Because I know you do events as well, and you offered to
I'm
share.
here.
Great.
I'm actually talking on one, and I'm on a different one, so I'm not lighting up here on the screen. Okay. Yep. Yeah, when we started, that was all I knew, was to do an event. I wasn't great on social media. I didn't know how else to get people knowing what we were doing. And we filled my living room every single week. And I became executive in the first couple months that I had started. And it was all strictly, we didn't call them sip and samples then. I don't even know what we called them, but
didn't we? Launch party?
Yeah, we're not supposed to say that. But that's kind of what it was. We didn't really know anything other than to do, sort of in-home tasting. But this is what the cool part about it is. I love that they're doing this, because it's really bringing awareness to having these events. But I'm comfortable. I mean, at first I wasn't comfortable because I didn't know anything about the products and anything, but I just knew I was going to do this as a business, and I knew I had to let people know. So I wasn't really super comfortable with talking about the products, etc. But even less comfortable were the people that came and got started. So Amber Ante came to one of my first events, and then she brought the people that she got excited, and then she would bring people to the events. And that's what's really powerful. So like, we're going to sign up and get an event and get 5 free coupons, etc. But what you really want to do now, correct me if I'm wrong, they're going to run out of celebration tickets, but they're still going to give us free enrollment for doing the events, right?
Right. And
Okay.
someone just posted a question too. So like your example, so you hosted an event and then Ann was your guest at the event and then she signed up to do her own party. Then you both each get a $50 coupon when people sign up to do an event from your event. That's like another great perk of doing this.
And yeah, what happens is when people come, so you have to really kind of keep doing them. But so the very first event, I brought my people. Now I don't have that, 25 people that I'm going to invite to an event anymore because they're already all in Isagenix, right? I need 25 new friends. But what would happen is then from there, the people that got started, then in a week or two, they had gotten their products, they were starting to feel better, getting some results, then they would bring some friends and so on and so on. And that's really how I got to executive so quickly, because my people were bringing people and it was comfortable. And, I don't know if it was Bree or somebody in the chat was posting about how, oh yeah, like you only have one or two people coming, right? But it's okay if all your people have one or two people, right? So if you have, say maybe 5 of your teammates, each bringing a guest or two, and it just really, that's what you need to do and support each other. If you're close and local, like Cindy, you can all of events, you can, each go to each other's. But when you're starting out, this is like the key thing to do. And even if you've been around for a while, but you haven't done sip and samples, so everybody isn't doing them, get them to your event and then schedule the next one and encourage them to bring people or encourage them to have their own, and then you'll go and do it for them. That's really great too as a leader, going to everyone, the people that you get started, go into their homes and do it for their friends. And a lot of times their friends are more likely to go to their friend's house, get a bigger group. But it really is a powerful thing if you keep doing them consistently. And like Val said before, when they would leave, they would end their night, their sip and sample, with a date for the next one. And trust me, people are excited to tell 2 friends, but they don't know what to say. So if they know they can bring their 2 friends back to your house and you're going to do all the talking, this is all about lifting people up, helping them to get their products paid for, and building consultants. So I love seeing this special because it's getting people off the couch. And they should be doing this anyway, but I even think beyond the celebration tickets, just to get the 5 free enrollments, man, that is so awesome. So
and free products for you too, and then your new people. And what a great way to build consultants, you guys. What a great way. Thanks, Susan, very much. What a great way for you to get people excited, to get that momentum coming. And don't be discouraged if it's small. Now, if there's any of you that are maybe resistant, and you know what, I'd like you to type in the chat box. Please be honest, because your fears are probably someone else's fears. If you would love to do this, but you do have some fears, type it in the chat box so we can get this addressed before we get off the call tonight. Type in why you're nervous to book one of your own, and let us address this for you. But I can tell you this, we've done a ton of themed ones too. We've done smoothie bowl parties that were a huge success. We've done workouts, and then we had shakes after the workout, or we bring some pre-workout products along to sample. No matter what you do, if your energy is high and you're excited about it, guys, it can be so much fun. We've done ones where we've had all different flavor protein balls that people have made and brought. And the other thing to keep in mind, I think one thing that does sometimes discourage people is that the attendance, like that they're just worried that no one will come. And I see that's what Brenda wrote in there, and Linda too. So guys, that's something that's a normal fear. And my biggest answer to that is just way over invite. don't just invite 5 or 10 people hoping that they'll come, because anytime you have anything, any kind of an event, and I learned this in my last business, you invite 50 people, you'll be lucky to get 5 or 10. So you really have to over invite. So put it everywhere, put it on social media, but send specific messages out to people, giving them that invitation. Make it personal. I know a lot of you use the voice message, and you'll say, you know, hey, Andrea, just wanted to let you know I've got a great event at the winery. Come have a glass of wine. And I know you've been interested in learning about the nutrition I've been using. I'd love to have you be my guest at this event, such and such a date. So personally invite people, over invite people. Send this registration link. You're going to get your own URL link. You can send this link to people, then they can click on it and sign up. And if they register, they're more apt to come than if they just tell you verbally that maybe they'll show up. And definitely, if you don't want to host it in your house for whatever reason, it's too small, you don't like the paint on your walls, whatever your reason, guys, there's places to have them for free. I can't even think of when I've ever had to pay for an event. The winery that we did it at, we've done a couple winery events where they had us buy a couple of bottles of wine. So I bought like 2 or 3 bottles of wine and shared it. And then people were on their own to buy wine after that. Most places, a lot of places, I won't say most, and some of you live in bigger city areas where it's not probably as easy to do, but a lot of places will let you have it for free. Lots of places have like a Panera with a little side room that you can have it in there. So don't feel like you have to host it in your home if you don't want to. You don't have to. And you may have a team member that loves to have things in their home. You can ask them.
Cindy, can I say a couple things?
Yes.
So first of all, guys, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So think about all the people that you know. I mean, I'm so excited. You're talking about wineries. I'm like, I gotta know somebody at a winery. We're gonna go to a winery. This is gonna be fun. So number one, that's like a rule that I live by. Number two, voice message. I love making it personal. Just saying, hey, we're having a fun event, an info event at our house. We're gonna talk about the products. You can sample them. It's really fun, low key. Just keep it personal. But even now, we still have some that people don't come. We might have 10, 15 people. And then the next time we might have 1. And then the next time we don't have anybody. And then the next time we have 5. But get a group, partner up with some local people. And like Cindy said, it's a business training. If nobody comes, it's a business training. And that's awesome because you can sit down and you can strategize. So it's never a wash. And if you don't, like if you're by yourself and nobody comes, then that is focus time. You sit down with your butt in your chair and you connect with people, you make calls, you block that time out. So, you just use it to prospect then. So it's never a wash, ever. You just make lemonade out of lemons, no matter what happens.
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else have
Cindy,
anything? Yeah.
Yeah. Could I?
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you, Susan.
Okay. So, wait a minute. I'm unmuted.
It was working.
Okay. I know, but I had feedback. I was unmuted in the wrong place. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. So I just wanted to say to Robin and probably somebody else, you don't need a script. Just talk from your heart. And that's, I think, when people think that they have to do some kind of presentation, that's what's great about getting a couple team members. You just go around and tell your story. This is, your 30-second, this is how I found Isagenix. This is what I did. These are my results. This is what I love about it, whatever it is. You can't really say the wrong thing. So don't get caught up in thinking you need to do some presentation or you need a PowerPoint or you don't have a smart TV or any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. Your whole point is to just have people over, be yourself, be real, show them what you love and why you love it, and, make a shake for them or whatever you're going to do, cut up a bar, but don't overthink it. You don't have a script. A script is terrible. Just speak from your heart.
Yeah, and I wrote down as I was listening to what you guys were saying and watching the chat, flow of the party. So I definitely wanted to share with you guys. I've done it all. Val and I, when we first got started, I told you, we told every ingredient of the products. I mean, I don't know how we got people to sign up in the beginning. I really don't, but God bless them. Most of them are still with us today. And I've done PowerPoint presentations, and I have done the smart TV and shown videos. And I have to tell you, when Isagenix did the Essence Tour and I got to travel and I went around and we did these meetings and we did them socially, like in coffee shops and in wine bars, they didn't have a script. They didn't have a PowerPoint. They didn't show a video. And they didn't even have a display. Now, I still bring my display of empties, and what I still typically will do is, and depending on how many people I have in the room, I'll talk about the 5 pillars, but I don't like go into any details. What I'll do is I'll say, and this is our shake. How many of you guys use the shake? What do you like about the shake? I don't even really talk about it myself. I'll just have people that are already using the product say, it's filling, it's convenient, it's under $3. I love the taste of it. It tastes like ice cream. All right, how about this is our Ionic Supreme. What do you guys like about that? So it's so easy and it's very interactive, and I'm not the only one speaking. So for those of you that maybe the fear of speaking is holding you back, first of all, you don't have to stand in front of the room. If you're more comfortable sitting, sit. Whatever it takes for you to just do it, the more you do it, the more comfortable you're gonna get. If you need to sit down, be part of the group, and don't make it awkward if that makes you nervous. But that's it. Like, it's not super formal. I'll just kind of go through the pillars. The one thing you want to keep in mind is you do have to have a call to action at the end. We want it to be fun. We want to share stories. So one of the best ones we did, I had everyone go around the table, and if you were a guest, I asked them to share their name, and then what they were interested in learning about tonight. And so most of them would say, I'm interested in learning about weight loss or whatever. And then if they were using the products, I just had them share quick 30-second stories. So it wasn't like 5-minute testimonies. It was quick 30-second stories. Super, super powerful. That was the gist of the meeting. And then the people that shared their stories would end up just kind of by accident saying, and my favorite product is the shake, and my favorite product is the Ionic Supreme. So I felt like I didn't even need to do a formal presentation of any kind, because they gave their testimonies and they did talk about their favorite products. So I think we overthink it. We worry too much. All I can say is just do it. Just do it. You'll get more and more comfortable the more that you do them. And thank you guys for watching the chat and answering. I love that you guys are taking care of the chat. Anyone else that wants to share? Anyone else that's hosting them, having them, attending them, that has anything that they can share that might really help people that are nervous to do this? All right. All right, guys, so super easy. I would love to hear from you underneath this video when I post it. If you did go ahead and sign up for an event, I want to hear from you guys, because I was messaging with John Rains, and I definitely want to hear who registered for one after this call tonight, and I'm going to do a little drawing for that as well. So make sure in the chat, if you did your 5 hours, that you type that in there so that you'll be in the 5-hour drawing. We'll do that again next week. And just make sure that you guys are having your belly-to-belly conversations, your phone conversations, your Zooms, 5 hours of enrolling conversations every week. If you signed up to do an event, let us know that as well. And guys, don't overthink it. It's a really great, easy way to get momentum going in your business. And that they are giving us 2 celebration tickets. Kelly and I were Marco Poloing today, and she's like, I just can't believe it. I just want everyone to do them. I feel the same exact way. I'm like, who wouldn't want to host a party, even if 3 people come, you guys? If you can get 2 celebration tickets, how awesome is that? How awesome is that? You can get people to come with you to celebration. You get people to come to celebration and they're going to get fired up about the business and your business will grow. It's just one of those things. You have these consistently, your business will grow. You'll create consultants. If you do what Susan said and you tell people to bring people to the event, not only invite them, tell them to bring people. So I might send a message to Annabelle. Maybe I'll send her a voice message. Hey, Annabelle, I know that you've expressed interest in the nutritional program I'm using. I just wanted to invite you to the sip and sample I'm doing at the winery next week. And I would love for you to bring any of your friends along that you'd like to bring. If you've got any family or friends that would like to join us, please bring them along. Just have them register on the link that I'm sending you, and I'll see you there. You know, something like that. But just invite and tell them to invite, and then hopefully you guys will have some great events. And the more you do them, the more comfortable you'll get, the more consistent you are with them. You will watch your numbers rise, and I promise you, eventually you will have more people coming and you won't be fearful of no one showing up. All right, so I hope you found this helpful, you guys. Thank you everybody who shared and helped out tonight, and I will see you guys next week. We have Jessica Johnson coming on next week. So I hope you guys, if you don't know who she is, look her up. She's on Herb and Patty's team. She's their neighbor. And she just spoke at ICU in Atlantic City. And she is going to be our guest next Monday night. So I will see you guys all in a week. Have a great week, everyone.